Hello, Bello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Welcome to this class. I hope others will join very soon. But then I will hand over to your tutor. Hope you guys are enjoying the CSS. Hope you guys are enjoying the CSS class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's really productive.
But I've not seen you guys' assignment too. But then I told you guys to submit on Friday. So let's see what you guys will come up with tomorrow. So I'll just hand over to him now so that you guys can
Yes,
continue your class.
sir, please, the assignment is for the Tuesday class, right? Like if the
No, you will use the things you learned on Tuesday and what you learned today to do the assignment.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, good day, class.
Good day, sir.
Okay, how you guys doing?
I'm good, sir. We're fine.
Okay, I hope you guys were around during the last CSS class.
Me particularly, I wasn't around. I was offline throughout that day, so I want to just cover everything today.
Okay, we learned about Flexbox last time, so let me see if I can rush through it while others join us. Incoming. Let me see. Okay. Okay, good day, class. Are you guys see my screen now? Sorry for the delay.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen, sir.
Okay. So let me see how many of you are around. So maybe I can quickly go through what we went through last week. So last week, what we did mainly was we talked about flex. Like we discussed about the different types of display, and we have the block, we have the inline block, we have the, and we also have flex. You see, you can see right here in my CSS code, we have the display. We set the display of a button to block, which what block does is that it's that anything coming after the element will be placed under it instead of by its side. Okay, let me show you example. Let's use like maybe 20 minutes to do a recap. Are you guys okay with that? We should do a recap, maybe just 20 minutes recap.
Yes, sir. That's okay, sir.
Okay, so okay, I hope you guys are seeing my code.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with button. So I discussed with them last week. I discussed with you guys last week that by default, I hope you can see my web page here. That by default, each HTML element has its display set to different types. So, for example, div, the display is set to block by default. That's that's the div element, the div tag. But the likes of button input, their display is set to inline block. You understand? Or inline by default. So if I comment out this block here and I save and I check my code, you see they will be stacked side by side. You understand? It's because this thing has been set by default, their display is set to inline. So you understand? Are you guys getting me? Are you guys getting me? You know, I'm doing like a revision.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, but if by the time I changed it, I'll comment it out and I say, you know what, let's give it a display to be block. If you notice, if we reload our page, you will see that they will be stacked under each other. You understand? So, you know, block, just have it in at the back of your mind that when something is set to block, it will be like they will be arranged like blocks. Like, you know, blocks are placed on top of each other. You understand? So it will be on top of each other. You get. So for example, if I have a div tag, once I'll comment this one, just take a look at what's going to happen. Once I'll comment this guy, let me cut this one off from here, paste it here. Okay, now as I save and I reload, by default, I don't know what that is happening, but okay, margin 12, give one, margin bottom, margin 12, margin save 50 pixels, save. For example, see this guy, this guy, this div over here, by default, its display is set to block. But right here, we change this to inline, and that's not, let me uncomment this one out and save. You see, it is block. It's set, its default display is block. So that's why it is under these buttons. And I know some of you may be wondering why is there a space in between this button and this guy. It's because we have a margin top of 40 pixels. I hope you guys understand what margin does. So if I reload now, you can see it's stuck under each other. So by the time I change it to inline and save, if we want to be beside it, but for one reason or the other, I don't know why it's misbehaving like this, but I hope you guys get the idea. So maybe if I, for example, if I say, let's say, if I give it, not a padding this time around, I think that's it. Okay, that's inline. Okay, let me uncomment this button. Let me comment out this button and create two divs so that you understand it. You see, now because of these guys are set, this div is set to display inline. they are stacking near by each other, but by default, their display is block, like it's block. Sure, you get. I hope you guys understand. And if I'm too fast, please let me know now so that I will adjust my speed now instead of me going forward with a fast this thing. Hello guys, can you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. I'm following, sir.
Hope I'm not too fast for you.
Yeah, you are too fast, sir. To be sincere. Like,
Okay,
they need to.
okay. I'll try as much as possible to be very to be slow, maybe not very slow, but slow. So yeah, what I'm trying to explain now is okay, you have like 7 minutes to do the revision. Is by default, this look at this div right here. This div right here, we gave it a class of div1, div-1. And I told you guys last week that last class that by default, a div tag, the display is always block. So that's why by default, you should see something like this. And what block is like, they are stacking under each other. They are stacking under each other. But by the time you, maybe for one reason or the other, you wish to change the display, you don't want it to display like a block, but you want it to display, maybe you want them to be side by side this time around. So all you have to do is just set your display to inline. Check this. So by the time you save and check, they will start side by side. But if I change this from inline to block now, it will take its default this thing. You understand? But if I change it to inline, so by default, they will stack side by side. And there are a lot of displays. By the time you make sure your whatever is in display is empty, then you press Control at space bar. So to show you the amount, all the things you can put inside a display. For example, this inline block, you see, you check. It will be block. It will be like a block, but this time they will be stacked side by side. It will be like a block, but they will start then they'll be stacked side by side. It's like inline, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. While we have a lot, we have inline flex, we have grid, yeah, we have grid, we have inline flex box, we have inline table, etc. etc. In fact, we have none. And obviously, if you say display none, it won't show anything. Nothing is going to show. Nothing. Because we said the display none. So let's jump back. And also last week we talked about flex. Sorry, last class we talked about flex. And in order for you to understand flex, let me comment this guy out. Let's talk about flex. Now, flex is also a type of display, and it's a wonderful one. It will make your work easier. So yeah, so we have something like this. So where is mid div? So in order for you to understand flex, we created all you guys are following. All you guys are following. I mean, that's something to do with it. Hello guys.
Hello, sir.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so in order for you to explain understand flex, I created 3 divs and I put those 3 divs inside a particular div. So we have the main div is the container or the div that contains the remaining 3 divs, and we have the red div, the blue div, and the green div. So now So now, I'm coming. So now, by default, if I comment this one out and I save and I reload, you see that like they are stacked under each other. Why? Because by default, um, all these divs, their display is set to block by default. But now with Flex, what Flex does, it will help you to be able to maybe arrange the elements or the, let's say, elements inside a particular container. It will make you enable you to be able to like arrange them very well, like in like without, because if you are trying to arrange arrange elements inside the container in some specific ways, it may be a pain in the neck. Like it can be frustrating because you have to be calculating the margin you use, the padding you use, and by the time you begin to do your responsiveness, the whole design begins to fall apart. Like it begins to fall apart. But with Flex, when you use Flex, like it will help sustain your design. It will just break. Like it will be firm. For hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. My own network here is really bad now, Steph.
What do you say?
I can hear you. I can hear you, sir. My network here also is bad.
Okay, sorry, which is bad, and I'm using MTN. No, I don't even know why. You got help us. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen for you guys. Please do not be annoyed. Wait, I think somebody else became the host. Who was that? I'm calling. Let me reclaim the. Okay. Okay. Now I'm sharing my screen right now. So can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now because of time factor, I may not be able to go back to explaining how Flex works and stuff like that. But last class we were trying to copy Net Ninja. Wanted to copy their header. We wanted to copy their header. Wanted to redesign their header. Wanted to like copy their header. This particular header. Wow, they changed the header previously. Beautiful. Wanted to copy their header. Are you guys listening? Are you getting? So that's where we stopped last class. So we are going to continue from there. And I know you'll be thinking that aren't you going to teach us Flexbox, like some of us that we know around. In this header, in this thing, in this today's class, we will talk about Flexbox because today's class is all about copying NetNiger's website. Are you guys getting? We'll still use Flexbox. In case you guys missed Flexbox last class. Are you guys, am I clear? Hello. Like network is bad generally. Hello.
Hello. Can I hear you?
Okay. Okay. So now I want to copy NetNiger's website. No, that was what we wanted to do last week, but sorry, last class, but there was not enough time. So right now we are going to continue. I'm going to continue copying their website. So in case you were not around when we did Flex, today we'll still touch on Flex because we actually use Flex in this website, in this header I want to copy. Do you understand? So I need you guys to go to your text editor. I need you to clear your text editor. I know some of us we started last week, but we were unable to finish it. So for the sake of others that are just joining, let us clear our text editor or comment out everything in our text editor in order for us to control. Now you guys should have a blank this thing. Let me see HTML file. So I'm expecting you should have something like this on your text editor. Something like this, something blank like this. Hello guys.
Sorry, sir. My network was really bad, so I know. Well, maybe I should just go to the YouTube and watch from there, right?
Okay, go to YouTube and watch from there. No problem.
Yeah, the network is really bad, sir.
Okay, maybe you should go to YouTube. I don't know why the network is bad today. Can you guys maybe transfer to YouTube and see if you can make progress?
Yeah, we'll try and go to YouTube and see
Okay.
if we can follow up there.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, we'll try and go to YouTube. See if we can follow up there.
Okay, now let's start. I just hope you guys are following from YouTube. And if you're on YouTube already, please, if you can comment, it would be a nice thing. Or you can just leave a like. So I know that you guys are following. You can keep chatting so that I know you guys are following. Thank you very much. So now back to I should be expecting something like this you should be having something like this in your CSS, in your HTML and CSS, a blank CSS file, and obviously also like a blank template for HTML. So what you're going to do is you are trying to copy NetNiger's header. So I need you to do two things. First of all, go visit NetNiger, the netniger.co. Let me paste the link in my the YouTube channel also so that just get it. Yes. And let me post it on Let me post it in the chat section so that I can get it. So now what I need you guys to do is right click on their logo and save their image. Now make sure you save it in the folder where your code, like the folder where your HTML and CSS file is located. I'll do mine right away. So mine is located in my desktop. Now it's our image. Let me save it. Okay. So let me download. So now that we've downloaded their logo, I also need you to visit this website called FreePic. I need to visit this website called FreePic. FreePic. In order for us to download the menu icon for that Net Nigeria are using. So they have this one beside their logo, which is like a menu, and they have the search icon, which is like a magnifying glass. So I need you guys to go to freepic.com as fast as you can to download the icons. So www.freepic.com. That's freepik.com. So sorry, it shouldn't be FreePic. My bad. Sorry, it should be flat icon. FLATICON. Flat icon. Flaticon.com. Flat icon. FLATICON. I'm sorry. Both websites are owned by the same people. So that's why I made a mistake. So let's search for the icons we need. And we need one menu, and we also need the search icon. So menu. Let's search for menu. Now let's pick. Okay, let's pick one. Let's pick this one, the thinnest one. And now please make sure, please, the one on Net Nigeria, their own is a little bit different in terms of down is white, not black. I made that mistake last class. Their own is white, not black. So when you go back, when you are on FreePic, click on this icon, that's this button that says edit icon. So when you click on it, you are going to change the color from black to white. So you drag this guy over here to the max here. So I'm going to save it as white. Then you click on download. So we need PNG. And let's pick maybe the biggest size. So let's say, we don't need to pick the biggest size. Let's pick around 128 pixels. Now 128 pixels, and let's just download them. And mine should be in the image folder. So yeah, like so, and download now. So we also need another one. We need the magnifying glass. So we also search for that. Say all you need to do is say search. All you need to do is say search and press enter. So let's pick one. When it shows us, okay, let's pick one. Okay, this one. Let's pick this one. Now we also is black, but the one on Net Nigeria is white. So click on edit icon, then we'll change it from black to white, like so. If anybody's on Zoom or on YouTube following, please let me know. Either you tell me on Zoom or you send a comment on YouTube, so I'll know that yes, you are indeed following me. So I pick PNG and 128 pixels, of course. So I want my own, obviously, to be my image folder in my this thing. So now let me go back to my project now. So let me open my VS Code. So let me drag this guy so like so. So like so, you should have something like this. So their logo should be in your folder also. So now what I'm going to do now is let me also rename the folder. Their logo. Let me change it to net logo. In order for it to be easy for us to call it in our HTML. So in order line, please by default, for example, if I have a div tag, and I put something inside and I save. So if I go to my main.css now and call the div like so, and I say, okay, border 1 pixel solid red, and I save now. By the time I go back to my this thing and I reload, you will notice that there's a space between this guy, there's space between my div and the edge of the website. And the edge of my web page, there is a space here, and also there's a space here. So by default, HTML or CSS will put space in between. We will give, it will give body a padding, and we don't want that. We want everything from scratch. So what you're going to do is you put your asterisk, which means universal. Then when you say padding 0, then margin 0. So by the time you save and reload, you see all problems solved and fixed. So let me delete this guy. Like so, and let me say, so now back to the NetNinja website. Let me bring this one out as the website, as the window separate from yeah. Let me bring this one like so. Now, if you notice, looking at the website properly, we have 2 sections. The first section is on our left, where we have this menu icon and their logo. That's the first section, and that's the left section. And on the right section, we have all these links. We have the post, the videos, the music, the contact, the advertise, and the search icon on our right-hand side of the website. So 2 sections. The header is divided into 2. We have one on the left, one on the right. You understand? And we have a big space in between them. So just follow along as I'll teach you how, and teach you maybe flex also. You talk about flex also. So let's start with the header tag, because like with their header we want to copy, the header I want to replicate. So let's give it a class of header and we save. So now, once we save, if you check our website, nothing will show, obviously. So let's change our title from document. Whatever our title is, let's change it to NetNinja's title, which is NetNinja Information and Entertainment Hub. So let's change that. Let's change that to NetNinja Information and Entertainment Hub, right? If I'm right. Entertainment Hub, like so. So let's save. So go back and check. Our website. You see, now we're having something like this. Now, if you notice on their own website, they have their end logo on this part of their tab. Like the logo is beside this their title. So in order for us to do it, we need to get their logo. So let me see if we can get their NetNinja. Let's see if we can get their end logo. Let's see. Let's check images. Okay, I doubt we will be able to find. Okay, thank God we have it here. So let's save it. Let's just manage this guy. Let's save image. Let's save it in our project. Okay. So back to our, let me close this one. Go back. Okay, so in order for us to include the icon on our displays, I don't know, on our tab, in order to include that NetNinja icon is very simple. So what we are going to do is inside this head tag, so there's something called link. And this time around, we will say link rel is equal to, instead of saying style sheet, unlike this one that is style sheet, we'll say icon. Yeah, like so. Then we say href Is it so where the icon is? Who is this person drawing line again? So yeah, this href is where is the location of the image, and right now my own is located in the image. My own is located inside the image folder. Inside my image folder, which is it not net logo, not menu, no, which is images.png for me. I don't know what it is called in your own. So I will say img slash images.png. Like so, once I save and I come and I refresh, you should see it there. It will show automatically. So mine is not as slick as their own because their own is like without the background. Well, that doesn't matter. You get the concept. I think you get the concept there. So back to our code now. Next thing for us to do is start styling the header. Like for it, that's what we need to do next. So we'll come to our CSS, then we'll say dot header, like so. Copying now from the right. Sure, okay. I'll start styling the header now. And let me check the background color these guys are using for the header. Let me inspect. So if you want to, like, if for adventure, you want to know what they are doing, how they got about, maybe you want to check the color, or you want to check if this particular box is a div, or you can actually inspect it. I hope some of you, I hope you guys know about inspect. So what you do is you put your cursor on the element you want to inspect and right click on it, then you click on inspect. So for me, I'm actually inspecting in order for me to get the background color of their header. Okay, now I think I've gotten it. I think it should be this guy. Should be this guy. Let me see. Copy. Let me go to my code and say background color. Let me paste it and let me give it the height in order for me to see it. The height of, let's say, 40 pixels and save like so. So I check. Okay, yeah. So that's exactly the same color they are using for their header. I hope you guys are following. Hello. I hope you guys are following. Let me check what you are seeing on YouTube. Following, you are too fast. Okay. I'll try to reduce my pace. Sorry for the speed. I'm sorry. So, like, so now we've gotten the background color they are using for their header. So let me remove the height because obviously I don't want the height to be 40 pixels because it's too big. So first thing for us to do right now is we need to bring in two images. So last time I told you their website is divided, their header is divided into two parts. We have the one on the left, we have the one on the right. So that's what we are going to do. What we are going to do now, we are going to create two separate divs. We'll call this one, we'll give it a class name of maybe header left, like so. And we'll create another one called header right. Now we see it. So now we are getting there. So we have divided our header into two parts. We have the header left and the header right. Basically, we are saying these guys over here are the header left, and the guys over here are the header right. So back to our code, and I hope I'm now normal. Please, if I'm still too fast for you guys, please let me know. What app is this, please? Do you mean the website? Okay, so now let us start with our header left. Now, if you check their website, you see they have this menu image first before this their logo. So now I hope you guys know how to import image into your HTML. It is with the image tag. So you say img like so. Then we say src, which is where the image is located, and the alt, that is the alternative in case you could not find the image. So our src should be the img slash, I think we are using netlogo.png. So, and let's also give our image a class name of a class, sorry, let's give the class of header left menu. Okay, sorry, we are not importing their logo yet. It's the menu we want to import. The menu distance. So img slash menu dot, this should be, let me see. Sorry. Let me quickly check for the tweet. So img, let me rename my menu. Let me rename it to something that makes sense. Maybe menu two. Okay, menu 2.png. Okay. Let me go back to our code. So instead of say menu 2.png now. So when we save, I'll go to our website. Okay. Can you hear me now? So
Yes, yes.
okay. I'm sorry for this thing. So it's Net Ninja. We actually copied Net Ninja. The website, the link to the website is actually, let me paste it again, enough for you to get it in case you didn't get it. So let me paste it. That's the link to the website you are trying to copy. So back to our code. Now that we've imported the menu, the logo, the menu icon. Now that we've imported the menu icon, so let us check it on our website. So wow, see, it is showing, but this time it is way too big than we expected. So what you are going to do is you are going to actually reduce the width and the height of the menu icon. But first of all, before we do that, let's give our header a padding of, let's say 5 pixels in order for there to be spacing around it. Yeah, like so. That should be enough. So let us try and reduce. Let's try and reduce the. Let's try and reduce the. Let's try and reduce the width of our image. So like so. So we'll say let's give it a width of, let's say 50 pixels and a height of 50 pixels. Let's see how things goes. So 50 pixels, and we save like so. So if we check and we reload, okay, it's still too big. So let's give it something of, let's say 9 pixels, and we save. We go and check. Okay, now it's getting there. It's getting there. Even though the one on Net Ninja is quite thinner than that, very thin. So let's pick something, maybe 5. Let's see. And reload. Okay, that's nice. Quite small. And I don't know why. Let me see. I don't know why this header is behaving like this. I'm coming. So why should let me inspect? I don't know why it is so high. So it's not meant to be that high. Left. Okay. What is T? What do you mean by T? Please explain. What do you mean by T? Because what is the T? So I don't know why our image is making. Okay, I made a mistake. Pixel, right? Should be pixel. Still showing. I don't know why this guy is so high. Coming. I still don't know why this guy is taking that much space.
So is this class for data analysis or front end?
I can't hear you. What are you saying?
I said, is this for data analysis or front end?
This front end, not data analysis. It's just front end.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we want to discuss. Today, we are just trying to copy Net Nigeria's header one, and we want to discuss about flex and also position in CSS. Position in CSS. Today's class is all about flex and position in CSS. So, but right now, I still don't know why this guy is taking space. There shouldn't be any space here. There shouldn't be any space. Still don't know why there are spaces there. Why is it taking that space? Sorry, guys. Is your header behaving the way my header is behaving? Okay. Still don't know why it's like behaving. But for now, let's just carry on. I still don't know why it's behaving like this, but I don't know why. But let's carry on, please. And let's just carry on. Let's just carry on. Now that our image here is small enough, is in place, if you notice, we check Net Nigeria's website, this thing is next to it, their logo. This their net get your PVC logo is next to it. So all I'm going to do now is also import another image. That is the second image, which is their logo. That's the net logo.png. Like so, then we change it from, instead of, the class should not be menu, it should be that it should be header left logo this time around, not menu. Now when we save, we go back, we reload, see the logo will obviously and be very big, so you have to reduce it. So we'll say copy the class, copy the class, you come here, paste, okay, sorry. Then give it a width of, let's say, 10 pixels. Then check, let's check. Okay, it's too small. Let's give it a width of, let's say, 40. Okay, that should be enough, that should be enough, that should be enough. But I don't know why this one is vexing. Like, what is this space all about? Why this space? Please, if your own is not showing that space, tell me. And if it's not, if it's showing this space, please let me know. What's your own showing? Like, is this space much in your own your result? Solid. What is going on? Oh, my bad. Imagine. Oh, my zoom was set to, is it 500 now? That was, sorry, it was my bad. Sorry. So I'm going this now. It should be fine now. Okay, so now that thing should be way too small. So I wonder now what's going on. So our menu shouldn't be 10. Let's give it 20 and let's see what happens. Okay, still is making sense. So let's make it 25 now. Let's see. I think that one should be okay. That one should be okay. Then our logo, let's make our logo something, let's say 60 should be enough. Okay, still small. Let's give it 120. Let's go. Okay, we are making sense. So let's reduce our menu to, let's say, instead of 25, let's say 20. Let's check. Okay, now makes sense, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Okay, we are getting close. We are getting close. Even though there's slight bigger. Okay. Okay, let's reduce this one to 15. Reload. Okay, makes sense. So let's increase our logo to 140 now. Reload. Okay, should we get something quite similar? So now our header, let's give it a padding of 5 is too small. Let's give it a padding of, let's say 14 now. Should save. Okay, now it's making sense. It's making sense. Okay, now let's continue. So, but looking at it, because of the two of them are images, by default, their display is set to what we call it, is set to inline. Sure, you get me? It's set to inline. So if I say display, block, it will come under each other. Can you see? It will come under each other. But because of, by default, their display, their this thing is set to, their display is set to block. To inline. That's why you see them stacking beside each other. But now, if you notice something, if I zoom in and you look at it, I hope I zoom in back. I hope I remember zooming back. But if I hope you guys are following, please. I hope you guys are following. Hello, I hope you guys are following. Hello. Hello, are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
And hope I'm not too fast.
I can't tell that, yeah.
Okay. I'll try and keep it as slow as possible for you guys to understand. Okay, back to. Okay. So back to our code now. So now if you notice, this guy, this menu and this logo, they are not aligned in the center properly. If you look at it very well, they are not really aligned in the center properly. But if we want to make them align center properly, we can try and use margin, which will work. We can try and say, okay, this guy can say margin top. Let's give it maybe like 3 pixels and save, check. To move, like, okay, you have to. Okay, now let me explain something for you guys. Let me cut. Should it move? To move. Okay, to move. So it's, if we try and use 3 pixels to adjust it, what we'll just basically be doing is trying to calculate how many pixels we need in order for it to properly align. But it's not practical because by the time you begin responsiveness, it will be a pain in the neck. Will you now start calculating for every breakpoint? When it becomes a tab, okay, let the margin tab be, it won't make sense. So that's why we use flex in such a situation. So this header, the parent of the 2 images, which is this header left, that's where we'll put our flex. So we'll say display. Flex. So once you set it to flex, by default, every element inside that div, these 2 elements, they will be stacked side by side. I know, yes, before they are already stacked side by side, but assuming they were both display block. If both of them were block now, by using flex, it will make the 2 of them to stack side by side. So if I check, you see, in fact, they will even move closer to each other than before with flex. But if I remove flex, because we've set their display to block, if we check, you see they will be under each other. But with flex, they will be stacked side by side. So why am I using flex in the first place? Because with flex, we can be able to align all 2 of them to the center. And how we're going to do that? All we need to do is say align items center. So by the time you save and check, they will be aligned properly on the center. Can you see now? They will be aligned properly on the center. Now, all we need to do is now add margin to this guy, to our logo. Margin left, yes. So maybe 3 pixels, and we save like so. Can you see now? That's a nice space. Let's change it to maybe, oh, sorry. Let me reduce this thing to 100. Okay, now, so let's increase our margin left for the logo to be maybe 10. Like so. So we say, okay, now you see, we are making progress. We are really making progress. So now we are done with this left part. Typically, like literally, we are done. There's nothing else remaining there. Unless we maybe want to make it bigger. Maybe instead of 140, let's say 145. Check. Let's say 155. Or let's say 160 now. Okay, 160 should be enough. 160 should be enough. And the other guy, let's just increase him to 18 instead of 15 now, to 18. And we save. So by the time we refresh, okay, now our site is making sense. Okay, I am the one, this should be their 2nd class on CSS. No, their 3rd class. I was the one that started their 2nd class. So maybe I will let me give you my WhatsApp number so that you message me after the class. Oh, no. So that you message me after, in case you don't understand anything or you need a total, maybe new teaching or something. But just message me after the class. God bless you. So carrying on, those of you that are following, the understand what you are doing right there, please, if you don't understand what you are doing here, apart from the person that said this is the first time joining, please let me know. Please let me know now. And if you understand it, please speak to me and tell me if you understand.
Sir, please, can you go back to your code?
Okay. I see my code now.
Yes.
Okay. If you are done copying my code, please tell me so that I'll move on. Are you done?
2 minutes, sir.
Okay. And for the guy that is just joining us, this is our third class on HTML and CSS. So maybe once you message me on WhatsApp, we'll see what we can do in order for you to, meet up with us with what we are doing right now. And it's obvious that some of the things, what we are doing here will be looking gibberish to you, but maybe when you message me on WhatsApp, we'll know what to do with your case. But you can still follow along though to get further understanding. Okay, you can still follow along to get just for fun and also help increase your understanding too. So are you done copying my code?
Yes.
Okay, so back to our website. I think your Net Niger copy this should be like this now. You should be having something like this. Hello,
Sir?
are you having something like this on your web page, like mine? If you are not having something like this on your web page, please let me know, so that I can help see if we can correct that. I assume we are all seeing the same thing on our web page. Let me check what if everybody's complaining on no one. So I will assume yours is showing like this. So now that we are done with the left part, it remains the right part. It remains this right part. But we have a problem, we have an issue. And what's that issue? By the time we start putting something on inside this header right, like so, and we save, if you notice, it will come under our header left, and we don't want that to happen. So how can we do that? We will also use flex in such situations. So how will we do that? We'll go to our header, because header is the parent of both elements, both the header left and header right. Our header is the element, is the parent element. So what we are going to do is inside this one, inside the header styling, we'll say display, we'll set the display to flex. So now once we save and we reload, you see now they will stack side by side, but that's not what we want. We want them to be apart from each other. Like one will be staying on the extreme end over here, while the other will be staying on the extreme end over here. So what we are going to do is we'll say justify content. Very simple, justify content. We'll set it to what? Simple space between. Space. So by the time we set it, so there will be space in between them. So by the time we refresh, can you see now? It has moved completely to the other side over here. So now what we are going to do is we'll now begin our styling, we're beginning our design. So first of all, they have links. We have the post link, video link, music link, contact link, and the advertise link. So how are we going to do that one? Very simple. All we need to do is say create our links. And you guys, I know you're familiar with the anchor tag, which is like this, like so. So instead of putting link inside it, we just put hashtag, meaning you are not going anywhere. It's just a link. So now let's give it a class name of header. Sorry, let's give it a class of header right. Let's say link, like so. Then we save. So now we have posts, we have videos, we also have music, we have contact, and we have advertise. So those are the links. Then we save. So by the time we check our this stuff, see, they are right here, but they don't have any styling. So all we have to do is go into our CSS and begin the styling. And please take notes. Let me check the font they are using for their links. Let's check the fonts they are using. What type of font are they using? Okay, they didn't specify. I can't find anyone. Well, that's not really important per se. So, okay, I think they're using Open Sans. Open Sans, they're using this one. So let's just copy the font and let's collapse and go back to our code. So now, so let's begin our styling. Let's begin our styling. So let's copy this link and let's copy it. Let's go to our CSS and start our styling. So first of all, we want to remove the underline that is here. You know, each of them, if you check, it will look very well. Sorry, it will look very well. You see, they are underlined. So how can we do that? Very simple. How can we remove the underline? It's very simple. All we need to do is just a text decoration. We'll change it to none. So by default, it was in underline. It was underlined by default. You see, if I save and I check, it will still be underlined. But if I change it to text decoration none, you see that underline will disappear. So no longer be there. But for example, if I say pass through or something, no, dash through or dashed, if I save and I check, you see, no, should be that one. If I say line through, sorry, if I save and I check and I refresh, you see a line going piercing through the text, but that's not what we want. That's not what we want. We just want the underline to be gone. And you can actually play with it. There are a lot of things in this text decoration that you can play with. A lot of things, maybe like 4 or 5 or 6. So for example, if you say we want underline, which was there, you've seen that. If we say we want.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, please. I'm the only one with you now, and it's Miracle, the new guy. I tried following a video yesterday, and the only issue I was having is how to post the link. Copy it. Talking about HTML, I don't know. Maybe I'll get to chat you on WhatsApp. I've chatted you on WhatsApp, but I've been struggling with this today.
Okay, just message me on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Let's just continue. I'll message me on WhatsApp. I will solve it for you on WhatsApp. Thank you.
Okay.
So text, no, now move on to text decoration. There are a lot of things you can do with text decoration. For example, you can set it to overline. Now, so once you save it with overline and you refresh, you see there'll be a line on top of the text, but that's not what we want, like I said earlier. So we'll leave our text decoration to none. So it will be gone. And another thing we need to notice is the color is, I'm seeing the color is blue, but in Net Ninja, their own color is white. So what I'm going to do, simple, just a color, set the color to white. And that's all. So by the time we save, so now the color is white. And again, if you notice, there is spacing. There are spacings in between them. So what are we going to do? Simple, we say margin left. Let's give it margin left of, let me say 10 pixels now. So by the time we check and reload, you see the space, but it's not still enough. So let's say 20. And by refreshing, now there's enough space for us. And if you notice, I don't know if you notice, this one, they are aligned centered like properly, but this whole box here versus this box here, they are not aligned in the center at all. It's like this one is even more up than this guy. And on Net Nigeria side, see, they are properly aligned in the center. So how do we do it? The same way we made the two of them align in the center, it's the same way we make all of them align in the center by going to our header, where we have justify content. We also say align items center. So once we do that and we save and check, you see it will be properly aligned on the center. So now let's go back to our code and let's give our link the font family. Let's change the font family, like to, let's pick, they use Open Sans, so over find Open Sans. So if over here, do something like this nature, or let me copy it like this. Let me paste in here. So this is what they used. Okay, yeah, beautiful. This is what they use. So now you see our site is already making sense. It's already making a lot of sense. But if you notice, when we over the links, it gives a background color of white, and it changes the color of the text to this background. So how are we going to do that? It's very, very simple. What we need to do is our link. We take our link like this, like our link, the class name of our link. We copy it, we paste it here. Then we do this sign. I don't know what it's called. I think colon. Then you say over. Now, what this does is we are trying to say that anytime we over this link, do this. Like any styling we put into this I don't know what we call it. Whatever you call it, but I don't know what to call it. But anything we put here, it will only take effect when we over these links. So what you are going to do is, first of all, we say background. We want the background to change to white. So by the time we save, I'll go and check and refresh. You see, by the time we put our cursor on it, you see the background changed to white. But because our text is white, so we need to change our text to the color of the background, which is this. So this is the best time for me to explain variable in CSS. Yeah, you can actually use variables in CSS. So imagine, because of I need the color of the links to change to this particular color, I have to come here and copy and come here, and say, what, color, and paste. Yes, it will obviously work if I refresh, and you see now it's working. But the thing is, what if I'm using this particular color in various places in my CSS styling, maybe in up to like 10 or 20 places, and peradventure I want to change it, like I wanted to change it, and maybe I want to change the color to maybe green, white or red. Will I now start looking for where I used it, and changing it one by one, for this type of code, for this type of short code, it's not a big problem. But when you're having a big project of over 10,000 lines of CSS, and over 20,000 lines of CSS, and maybe over 5,000 lines of CSS, it can be very, very annoying, looking for it, it will be very stressful for you. So there's a way for you to set variables in CSS. And how do you do that? You do a semicolon, you say root. Now you must do this at the top, at the top of your CSS. Don't do that, don't do it down, do it at the topmost part of your CSS. You can do it below this universal selector. So what you do is you say semicolon root, like so. Then to specify the variable, you say dash dash dash. Then whatever name you want to give it, I'll give it theme color. Sorry, theme color. Then you end it with dash dash dash. That's all. Then use the semicolon. Then give it whatever color you want to give it. In my own case, is this. In my own case, is this color. This hashtag 6066000. So I'll paste it here. Then I'll close it. So now it is now a variable, a global variable. So if I want to use it now, instead of saying background color and specifying the color here, all I have to do is I'll say VAR, like VAR in football. VAR, which means variable. Then you say dash dash dash, then theme color dash dash dash. That's all. So like this, it will work. Like now we are specifying the variable. So when we go back to our code and reload, you see nothing changed. That's because it's the same color. So imagine I change this one to, let's say, okay, let me come here and put it here also. So instead of this guy, let me delete it and say VAR, like so, and dash 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 same color. So by the time I save, you see nothing changed. So by time, so for example, if I change this one to red now, let's say I change this one to red and I save. If I come here, they will change to red. I hope you are getting the picture. They will all change to red. So let me see if anybody is following on. I don't think anybody is following on. So they will all change to red. But that's not what we want. So now you understand how to use variable, and it can also be pixel like measurement. For example, if I say dash 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 font B size dash dash dash, and I put my semicolon and I say, okay, I want it to, maybe it should be 14 pixels, and I save. All I have to do here, instead of stating 14 pixels here, I'll delete it, I'll save. So if I save and I come here, you see there is no padding. Obviously, there is no padding because we've removed it. But if I say variable font size, if I save now, that's a variable font B size, and I come and reload, you see it will come back because it's a variable. You know, this one is representing this one. So, and you can do it like that, you know, it works. So I hope you now understand how to use variable. And you can have many colors inside this root. Just make sure it's in this root selector in order for you to be able to use it properly. So now back to our code. Now that I refresh, see now we are making progress. But if you notice, this post, this video, this music, this contact advertise, unlike the one for Net Ninja, their own is, you know, quite boxy. You know, there is space all around them. How we do that? Very simple. We'll go to our link and we'll say padding. Let's give it a padding of, let's say, 4 pixels now. Let's save and check. See now. So if you hover around it, okay, we are not yet there yet. So let's change it to, let's say, 10. Okay, now can you see we are there already? You know, we've copied them quite well. And you see the spacing in between them is not as much as our own. So let's reduce our own. So instead of our margin left was 10, let's change it to something around 8 and save. So by the time we refresh, see, okay, let's just do it like that. It's beautiful, it makes sense. So now the only thing missing in our Net Ninja copy project is this icon, this search icon over here. And how do we do that? Simple. We just need to import the image, and all we need to do is the img, then src, where is it located? Img slash search. I think it's magnifying glass, this guy. So I save and I check. Okay, here is there. So all we need to do now is, okay, let me give you an note. If you like, I'll give this one out of menu. So now in case it did not load, menu, and let's give this one a logo. Yeah, like so. Or let's do an alternative, this one an alternative of search. So now let's give the class name of header right image or search, anyone. So now that we've done that, just let us save, and then let's copy this guy like so and paste it here. So now let's reduce the width to, let's say 40 pixels. Let's see how. So like, okay, still much. So let's change it from 40. I don't know, for let's say 20. Okay, that's nice. That's looking nice. So now, if we look at our link here, like all our links on the other, let's give it a margin left of, I think, 8 pixels. Yeah, because this one is also 8 pixels. No, sorry, margin left of, is it of link? Where is it? Of 20 pixels. Let's get it. Because this guy is also, they are rocking a margin left of 20 pixels. So once we save and we go back and reload, you see now the space is there already. So now, if you notice, all these ones too, they are not aligned in the center. These ones are not, all these ones are already aligned in the center, like so. But this guy is not aligned in the center in respect to these guys. So what are we going to do? Simple. We are going to set our display for header right, because they are all inside this div called header right. which is, even though we've not called it here. So we are going to set the display of that guy to flex and save. Okay. Okay, let's try and reduce the width and the height of the guy. Let's give it an height of 20 pixels. Let's save like so. Okay, now it's making sense. The problem was that when you set it to, this guy stretched. So now us reducing the height to 20 pixels. Okay, so it now looks square as normal. So what I'm going to do now is very simple. All we need to do is just say align items center, so that all these guys will be aligned on the center, including this box. So by the time we refresh, you see now it's aligned on the center. Now we have successfully copied Net Ninja's header, like without stress. We have successfully copied their header. Even though they are spacing, but it doesn't still mean you can just reduce the padding all around them and still tweak it to make it reduce maybe the size of this boxes here and this image, the images here, and make it look more cool. But it's with the idea was to copy their header, and we've been able to do that successfully now. So I think now is the time to discuss position. And for today, the position we will discuss today is the fixed position. So now, if you notice in Net Ninja, when you begin to scroll, you see that their header, it stays on top, like it doesn't come down. It stays on top. So how did they do that? Simple. They used position. So how will we do that? Very, very simple. What I'm going to do is, in order for you to understand, let me create a div apart from the header. Let me create a div. Now let me call it body. Right. So let me call it the main. And what we are going to do is we are going to copy text inside it. So let me look for a lorem ipsum text. So let's look for the generator. Okay. I want up to 20 lines, or let's say 30 paragraphs. Let me generate the lorem ipsum. Okay, thank you very much. So let me copy it all to the end. So let me paste it in my div here, right here, and save like so. Okay, now you see, but if you notice, because of, let me make it more, let me paste it more. But if you notice, as we are scrolling, our header is not sticky with us, unlike the one for Net Ninja. So how are we going to do that? Very, very, very simple. All we are going to do is we are going to set the position of our header. Now, by default, our header, the position is set to relative. Yeah. It's set to relative by default. By default, it is set to relative. I think all elements, their position is set to relative by default, but we don't want that. We want it to be fixed on top. We want the position to be fixed on top. And how do we do that? We set the position to fixed. Now, by the time we save and we refresh our page, we'll notice that yes, it's fixed, but it is like the width is not much, like it's just small. So how will we fix this issue? Very simple. We'll set the width of our header to 100%. Now, but the thing is, before I save it, if you notice, all the text are going behind this stuff. So it's like our header, it's even as I'm scrolling now, it is staying on top already. But at the beginning, all these text, they are on like hidden. And unlike Net Ninja Zone, they are not hidden. You see, you scroll from the beginning here, if you notice, they are not hidden. They are not hidden at all. In fact, let me look for another website, maybe Jumia, for example. If Jumia does that, they use. So, okay, for example, look at Jumia now. So if you look at Jumia, by the time you begin to scroll, you notice that there is nothing hidden under this guy at the initial stage. There is nothing hidden. There is nothing hidden at the initial stage. So it's only when we begin to scroll that they begin to go under it, and that one means on top. So and on like our own is different entirely. Like by default, the thing is, the text are already under it, and that's not what we want. So we can fix it in two ways. The first way is, first of all, we set the width of our header to 100% in order for it to take the whole screen, to take the whole width now. So by the time we say, 100%. But if you notice, it is going beyond 100%. I don't really know why it behaves like this, but in order for you to fix it, anytime you use position fix and you set your width to 100%, make sure you use something called box sizing. And you set it to what? Border box. By the time you save it and come back, you see, it will fix itself. That's like a hack to fix some when you are using fixed and the width of the header is going beyond the normal web page screen. But now, how do we fix this one that is showing under this header at the initial stage? Is it that we fixed it by giving this main div, by giving it a padding top or a margin top of maybe, let's give it a margin top of maybe 100 pixels now, and we save. Oh, sorry. A padding top, I think. Okay, sorry. I made a mistake. Now it's not a mistake per se, but now you are using fixed. Where is it now? Make sure you specify we set the where is it now? We set the position to be fixed. Make sure you also specify the location. Now we want it to be fixed to the top and to the maybe to the left hand side or right hand side, like just fixed to the top. So how do we do that? We set our top to 0 and our left also to 0. So by the time we save and refresh, you see it will be stick to the top. And you see that our margin now works. We set a margin top of 100 pixels here. So you can see the margin here. But here, once you use position, once you set your position to fixed, make sure you specify. Like, for example, if I set my position to fixed and I say, okay, I don't want it to be at the top, I want it to be at the bottom. Instead of top, I'll change it to bottom. And I'll set it to 0. By the time I save and refresh, you notice what happened? It will move it to the bottom, like to the bottom here. I hope you guys are getting. So let me change it back to top and save it and refresh. Now it's back at the top. So that's one way of fixing. So that margin top is one way of fixing it. Sure you guys understand, of fixing this stuff being under it. Now you see they've been pushed down. Now, apart from fixed, there's another position you can use. Instead of you can also use something called sticky. Sticky also works like fixed. If you check now, you see it also works like fixed. But this time around, instead of using margin top here, in order for all our text to be showing down here, we don't need that. All we need to do is just comment it and refresh. You see, no text is going behind it. When you use sticky, when you are using sticky, all the text will be, like appropriate, like it's not go behind it at the initial stage. So that's why if you scroll, that's why on these guys, they are using, most likely are using sticky. Most likely they are using sticky. So I think you guys now get it, Today we've learned about sticky position and we've learned about flex. And there's also, for example, you can change this top and play with it if you like. For example, if I reduce the width to, let's say 50% now, or if I don't even give it a width at all, and I change this one from sticky, but if I use it sticky, it will set the width to 100% by default. But if you change it to fixed now, okay, let me leave it as sticky for now. And let me change the top to, let's say 60 pixels, sorry. and I save and I refresh, you notice that there's a gap. So that I'm saying that 60 pixels in the top. So, you know, so it works like margin. So now that I'm scrolling, you see, can you see now? So you can actually play with it and do whatever you want to do with it. You know, you can change it to 100 if you like, and save and refresh. Can you see now? You see, it will be sticky. You know, to be sticky. You can also do the same thing for fixed. Let's change it to fixed. And don't forget, fixed will obviously reduce the, unless you set the width 100%. Fixed will just make the width like fit all the content inside it and no more. So what you are going to do now is we can play with it and say instead of putting left of 0, you can actually put right. Sorry, you can actually put right. Or maybe instead of 100 pixels, maybe 50 pixels now, and save. If you notice now, see 50 pixels to the right, you see? In fact, you can just, you know, you can play around with it. Instead of using top, you can also use bottom. It's up to you. See, refresh, you know, just crazy, just, you can do anything you want to do with it, you know, you can play with it. So let me change it back to our standard sticky. That was on 0. Yeah. So now, let us do something more fun. In order for you to know if, for example, there's something called, you can also, for example, if you check Jumia now, maybe not Jumia. Okay, now if you notice, there's a button on this side of Jumia. I don't know if you see my cursor on the bottom right corner of Jumia. You understand? So if they want to do it, it's very simple. If you want to do it very simple, all you need to do is just, you know, create a div, like so, create a div, then give it a position of either sticky or fixed. Anyone, which one works best for you? You can use any one of them and set the location to maybe bottom, maybe like 10 pixels, and right, maybe like 40 pixels, and you have something like this. And okay, let us try it out. Let's see. Let's see if we can do that. If we can replicate that. So first of all, you need to go to free pick. In order for us to download the image, this icon, this arrow up icon. So let's go to free pick. Let's go to free pick now and download our icon. So we say free pick. See, let's look for down. So you're looking for something like this. And since the one is black in the initial stage, so let's download. Okay, let me log in. I know sometimes I log in. Sometimes, excuse me, sorry. Sometimes their login takes time. I don't know why, but can't wait for that. Takes time. Don't know why. Okay. So now we can download it. So let's pick 128 pixels as usual. And I'm going to save it in my image folder like I did before. So now let me go back. Yeah, so now all I'm going to do is in our code, we'll create a div. And this div can be anywhere since we are going to use position. Now let's call it float. Let's say float. Let's call it float. Now all we're going to do is let's first style this guy before putting our image inside him. So first of all, we say float. Okay. So let's give it a background color of, okay, first of all, let's give our body a background color of black. In order for it to show well, let's give our body a background color of maybe dark gray, like so. And let's give it a color that is the text in there. Sorry, excuse me. Let's give it white. And let's save. So should we have something like this? Even though it's looking funny. Okay, let's give our body a padding of, let's say 50, or let's say 10, 20 pixels now. Now for it to look fresh, look dope. No, I don't want the body. Sorry, not the body per se. I mean this guy, the main. Yeah, this main. Let's use the padding of 50 pixels now. Let's save. Okay, now that's looking. Okay, what else can we give it? Let's say line height. I think line height, like in the line height, let's say 40 pixels. Okay, now looking more presentable. So what we're gonna do now is very simple. Our float, we give it a background color of white, like so. We save. Let's give it a width and height of let's say 40 pixels. Now we save, refresh. Now it will be down. It will be at the bottom of our page here. In fact, let's make it more bigger. So instead of 40, let's say instead of 40, let's say 70 now. Now for it to be big. Okay, it's quite big. Now I'm going to give it a border radius. In order to make it round, we give it a border radius of very high value. So we say border radius of 500, or 500 will work. No, sorry, 500 pixels, sorry. By the time we refresh, now it's now like a circle. So what I'm going to do, very simple, we'll give it a position, and let's give it sticky this time around. And let's set this thing should be bottom. No, junior zone is on the bottom right corner. So we are going to do our own on the bottom. Let's give it 30 pixels of the bottom, and let's give it on the right. We want it to be also maybe 30 pixels on the right. And so now when we save and we check, we reload. Sorry, left. Sorry. So I don't know why this guy isn't working. Wait, if I change this one to fixed, let's see if it works. Okay, sorry. Let's use fixed. So on the right, we want it to be like maybe 40, also maybe 30 pixels off the right. Now, please make sure you change your position to fixed. Now, can you see now? It makes sense now. You see, it's sticky is there. That's why if you visit a site like any site, most times if you visit some site, they'll put something here, they'll put maybe a chat bot, chat it or so. That's the way they did it in their own distance. So now all you now need to do is to put that button inside it and we are done. So how we do that? Simple. First, let's import the image. And it is in our img / arrow down sign, whatever. Then give it a class name or a class of float -img, and we save. Now, all we need to do is very simple. Just come here and style the guy float -img. Let's give it a width of, let's say, 40 pixels. Let's save it and check it. Okay, 40 pixels is too much. Let's check, let's say 20 now, and we save and reload. 20 is quite okay. So all we need to do is, I think if you say text align, should it work? Yeah, well, it's only set it in the center vertically, not horizontally. So how are we going to do that one? Very simple. It's very simple. We'll make use of flex once again. We'll say display. Now the display, setting the display to flex won't affect the position. It will not affect the position. So set the display to flex. Refresh. Give this one a height. The image, give it a height of 20 pixels. Save, reload. Okay, it's back to normal. Now we'll say justify items, justify content, center. See, to place this one on the center here. And we say align items, center. So by the time I go back and refresh, see now it is properly centered, properly placed in the center of the circle. So we can still increase the width and the height to, let's say, 25 now. Shouldn't break anything. Okay, now so we have something like this. Something like this. Makes sense. No. Another thing I want to teach you is by the time you start playing with positions, there's something called Z index. Now, what Z index does is like the higher the Z index, the higher the element will be, the higher, the more higher the element will be placed above all other elements. For example, because of the fact that we made our header sticky, that was why all our text or everything under it, they are going under the header. Are you getting? But if I give it a Z index, if I give our text, that is our main, a Z index of, let's say, 4, what will happen is all the text will be going on top of the sticky header. So of the fixed, that if I reload now, wait, if I change the Z index to 50 now, and reload, well, fixed. Then the outcome, if we change our header, if we give our header over here, if we give our header a Z index of 1, and we save and reload, wow, it's not working. Okay, I don't know why it's not working for that. Well, if we were to do that, for example, if Z index, for example, if we were to set the Z index for this guy, okay, I think it's because I wasn't fixed. If I set it sticky, it's not working. Okay, maybe I don't know why it's not working, but I think you guys should maybe when you're in your free time, you can go and check it out. Z index. No, you can leave. It will be, the video will be posted on YouTube. The video will be posted on YouTube, and make sure you message me direct on WhatsApp in order for me to answer you. Okay. So I think, and again, I'm done with the class for today. So we have been, so
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. So we've been able to create Net Nigeria's header successfully, recreate it successfully. 1, 2, you guys understood more about flex. You understood more about flex, and you understood more about position. But you guys need to read more about flex, positioning, and Z index. So all you have to do is go to Google or open your browser and search for it. For example, if it's position, say position in CSS. So there are many articles about position in CSS where you can read about it. I told you have static, relative, fixed, absolute, sticky, so on and so forth. And when you read on them, they will explain more and more and more they explain better on how to use them. Apart from position, if in case you don't understand how flex work, you can search for flex in CSS. Also, they will teach you. You see the flex 1, flex, grow, shrink, basis, and co. And also if you want to know more about Z index now, also very simple. It's just search about, they'll tell you more about, the Z index -1. You see, you only see them, they are using this when the position is on absolute. I think in the next class, we'll talk about absolute also. So thank you guys. Have a nice day. And I hope I was not too fast. Hope I was not too fast for you.
By God's grace, you're a lot.
Okay, okay. No problem, no problem.
On the other side.
Okay, okay. Have a nice day.
Yes, sir.